right, let's get ready here. Let's get ready. I'll give people a couple minutes to get on right now. All right, guys, let me go. Let me go set up. Thought I had my chat set up. Chat's not set up yet. Let's get that done. All right, guys, let's get it. Let's get it. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to Low Web Trading. This is Coach Lud here. Once again, I appreciate you guys being here. If you are here, I'm gonna give you guys it's the same thing. Make sure to like, drop a comment, say hello, drop an emoji because I need those interaction. Those interaction really help the channel, and I appreciate you guys who keep showing up every single night or watching those lives on replay and keep hitting that thumbs up or dropping me some info and things like that. I think that is great. So before I even get into it, I want to remind you guys once again, right from the get-go, I am not your financial advisor. Coach Lord, what I do here is try to translate what the market is telling me based on candlestick pattern, and then I'm translating that to you guys and letting you guys know how I'm actually using these things for me to execute. Right? Just a reminder: if you are going to trade, make sure you do your own due diligence. A reminder that trading carries a lot of risk. So if you don't know what you're doing, contact a financial advisor, and you that also includes lots of potential capital. And so that way, you guys need to really do your own research and do your thing. Anyway, well, we got that out. That was hard to get out for some reason, but we got that out. On this live, you guys know what I do here. This is straight charts. We talk about the charts. I go into it. You see exactly what I am doing. Why do I focus more on doing that? Is because I also want you guys to see exactly why I'm saying the things that I'm saying. It is not because I'm just saying whatever I think or whatever is in my mind or whatever I would like to happen. So I want to address something real quick. So I had somebody, one person that left me a comment saying, I the lives are a bit too technical, meaning I go over the charts too much. Um, I need to do more talking. I do appreciate the feedback, but this is the one thing I'm going to let you guys know. This is a straight chart over here. Of course, if there's news out there, I'm going to let you guys know these things. There's sometimes there are certain some words of encouragement I want to give you guys, but at the same time, one thing I want to make sure this is what we're doing on this channel. This is what we do. I am going to break down the chart and showing you guys what I'm seeing. All right, because if I'm not showing you guys what I'm seeing, I'm just spitting out and saying what I think. It's not based on anything. You can't verify that. So, for example, right, when I came yesterday, I told you guys, hey, that was since yesterday, and I said, hey, you know what? I bought puts on the DIA, and this is the reason why I bought it. This is what I saw, and then you see the drop. This is not me coming after the fact and saying, oh, I did this, oh, I did that. I already told you guys. I didn't know how it was going to go. I give you the probability, and I did that. So for the person who left the comment, I do appreciate the comment. I will try to incorporate a little bit more talking to you guys where appropriate. Um, but we cannot walk away from what this channel is really about, which is a very technical channel. I want people who follows me to know exactly what I'm talking about. And I want to demonstrate it to you guys, go over these things to you guys, because I think it is very helpful for a lot of people to exactly see a complete breakdown. All right. That being said, thanks for those of you guys who are here. I appreciate you. And if you are here and you have not yet the live, please do so. Again, I can really use you guys' participation. That give me fuel while I'm on the live to keep going. And also that's very good for the channel because the algorithm wants to see things like that as well. So I really appreciate that. All right. So we're about to get straight into it right now, guys. As of right now, a couple of things I want to address. Actually, there's a couple of items. So today, once again, a headline was put out specifically to help the market. Right. So we were dropping, and we got to a level. I'm actually going to show that. I just don't wanna. I don't wanna just talk about it. I want to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about because I want you guys to see it. There you go. All right, so you should be able to see my screen right now. Fleece, I see you, man. Yo, what's up? Empire Pass, thank you for being here. As usual, I appreciate you. Let's take a look real quick right here. So we started falling below that structural support level, and guess what news actually happened? There was an announcement that the G7 countries, or some of them at the very least, are going to put out 400 million barrels of oil on the market from their reserves. That was an attempt to help push the stock market up, and it did help. Because if you look at what I'm looking at here, right, what did we see? Right here, we saw we were losing that support and was on our way to possibly go and make what some sort of evening star. Below that support level in evening star, that would have been dangerous. So as soon as we got to this level, right there, the news came out and we had a bit of a bounce. All right, now how long can that last? How long can they keep doing this for? I don't know. To be honest, I'll be frank with you guys. I think they have been doing this for a lot longer than I thought was possible. That's the absolute truth. Hey, what up, James? Um, that is the God honest truth, guys. They have been doing this for a lot longer than I thought they would be able to get away with it. But they keep finding things, and they also put when you start seeing CNBC talking about um, this market is a headline driven market, that means at this point they already know the cat is outside the bag. And there's a couple of people that are actually sort of I was talking about that where they are saying the way the algorithm are pretty much created, the way they said they are set up, they look for certain keywords and they match those keywords together to define whether or not something is bullish. It's not about is it true or is it not true. They get the headlines and they have to determine based on certain keywords in the article and the headlines whether or not they should buy. And every single time they do that, they trick the algorithm to buy. Now, the one little things I would say, retail traders. You know what? Let me talk to you guys because I know sometimes I talk about how retail traders are getting played. I was so proud today. I was so proud of retail traders today. Not many retail traders were actually participating. We still had some, of course, participating and buying when they start seeing that initial volume spike. But for the most part, retail traders did not participate. They didn't. They sat on the sideline because what those guys are waiting is once again is for that push to be done, a bit of a push higher so they can sell at specific levels that they want to sell at. All right? If they want to hold on to them, let them hold on to their stuff, man. Don't give them an out. Don't let them use what they doing. It's like they selling into the rip. We rip up, they sell. This is what they did that day, and today they try to push it back up, and retail did not carry the day for them, and the market actually started dropping back. Now, if we are looking at what happened today, that was more like an inside day. Once again, we still right there. We're not doing anything, but we can expect more volatility coming into tomorrow. Tomorrow we have unemployment numbers come out, so we're going to see how that is. But I think Friday is supposed to be that major day. Once again, on Friday, you guys are going to see exactly how things play out because we have a lot of data coming out on Friday. Uh, Digging down to the 4 hours, you guys know I like to go a little, just dig in a little bit into the charts, into the time frame, go in the lower time frame, just to see exactly what we are seeing. Because as of right now, the daily did not really give us much besides an inside bar, pretty much just a doji, not even a bar, just a doji. But what are we seeing here right now? I was telling you guys what I was seeing here was still, hey, we needed to take this and have that push and push back up. It did not happen. It seems like the head and shoulder pattern I was talking about yesterday is actually playing out. And as we can see, we have a big bearish candle right into the close, which is supposed to push us right back down. Now, taking a quick look at the MACD real quick, you guys can see this is the 4 hour time frame, and the MACD is doing what I was afraid of. It's doing a lower high, I mean a lower low, I mean a lower high. I'm sorry guys, that's the top. Doing a lower high, meaning we still in trouble. We are in negative territory, and if that course back down to do this again, we might suffer. And as it looks right now, overnight, a lot of things can happen. I'm pretty sure the administration right now is looking at what type of headlines they can put out to trick the algorithm to push the market up. But how long is that going to last? I don't know. Um, oh, I see someone just let me share my screen. James, I appreciate that. I just saw that. I was not sharing the screen back. There you go. My screen is right back on right now. There you go. My screen is on. You guys should be able to see my screen. There you go. I was getting a call set to remind me to share the screen. There you go. Yeah, you got that way Charles thing going. Well, guess what? You know what? To the people who said, "Hey, I need to speak more," as opposed to go into the charts, you know what? Somehow the universe answered your prayers. I was doing more talking. I was not showing the charts. So it happens. All right. Organically. So there you go. You guys can see that. Let me just go back right a little bit to the daily. We had an inside bar today. Retail traders did not take the bit. They did not help getting that squeeze, that slow grind we get throughout the day with those like very small candles in the 1 minute. We did not have that. Looking at the 4 hours, you guys can still see what we have in the 4 hours right now. We have that possible push, and the MACD is making a lower high, meaning most likely the higher probability is we're going to squeeze down. And again, look at that again. Lower high and we're squeezing down. This is what this thing is looking like. Let me see for real quick. Let me see if I do this. Oh my days. So there's a so this is a falling wedge. This is a falling wedge pattern we have right now in the 4 hours. That's in the SPY, which is the S&P 500. It is possible, just like that day when we were here, I told you guys it was possible to squeeze and go bounce right off that downward trend line. It is also possible that we squeeze all the way down tomorrow to come all the way down here and further. So that move is there. Again, the options market is pricing in very big moves intraday. So we have to be careful with those. All right. Going down to the 2 hours a little bit. 2 hours showing us what? We course down. We actually have confirmed coursing down with a lower high heading back down. So that's so we have the 4 hours, the 2 hours telling us we are in a downward spiral right now. Taking a look at the 30 minutes, and the 30 minutes is also confirming that. All right, the 30 minutes is also confirming that. Look at that. I told you guys we had a bit of a head and shoulder pattern happening, and that's exactly what's happening. We've actually just got to the right there. That was the neckline. We got out of the neckline. So possible move for this move since we are here. This is what 824. Hey, I got the wrong tool. So this would be the range. I'm trying to take that other range. I could have just used an easier thing to measure that, but there you go. Boom. Yeah. So tomorrow we might come all the way down to around like 666, 665. Oh, 666. Oh my goodness. Well, somebody probably gonna think something wrong with that. Here you go. All right. Well, Fleece, I hope you can see now, man, because yeah, I got that fix. I got that fix. You should be able to see that on your screen right now. Again, see, this is the S&P 500. We are not looking very good right now. This is very clear. Every single time frame show that we're going down. Things can change, right? Things can change. Maybe again, those guys find some sort of headlines they can push out and trick the algorithm to buy more stuff. It is still possible, but the higher probability based on technical analysis is we should see a down day tomorrow. At the very least, at the open, we should see a down day tomorrow, unless the data that comes out or things that or sudden ceasefire, whatever it is. Maybe that's the only thing that can change that. Going into the Qs, taking a quick look at the Qs real quick again. What this is what I was telling you guys. This is where the Qs need to go and take. Once again, the Qs could not take it, but the Qs actually did not perform that bad. They are still holding a lot of support. The Qs are actually performing a lot better than the S&P 500. Just a reminder, the S&P 500 holds the best 500 stocks in the stock market, and the Nasdaq 100 holds the best 100 tech stock in the market. All right. Um, let's see. Right, right here, the DIA. I was talking to you guys about the DIA. What did I say? I told you guys that yesterday. I told you guys, hey, I bought puts. When we were right around there, I bought puts. I told you guys. When I'm doing those things, I'm letting you guys know exactly what I'm doing. Now, if you are part of the community, you may see that I'm not dropping those in there. Once again, these are protection against my portfolio because they are high risk trade. Because the market has not taken a direction. This is the reason I'm not sharing those plays with you guys when it comes to that. I just want you guys to know that this is more of a as of right now, this is more of a day trading market. So that's the reason you're not getting much swing trade and leap calls coming out right now. We're just staying off right on the sideline. Um, that's what the DIA is doing. I expect a push lower tomorrow. This is what I expect. We found some support here. I don't think we're going to do this. This is a possibility. All right. Possibility of a double bottom so we can squeeze up. But I see this more as a break. I told you guys this was a retest, and we're supposed to be making a bigger move down. And if you look at the MACD is actually cooperating. The MACD is cooperating. You can see we are in negative territory and making lower highs, meaning we should continue to actually push down. All right. Let's take a look at Bitcoin. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin once again is still at this level. I'm still seeing people calling all kind of numbers squeeze to. I think the highest I saw today was a squeeze to 92K. Again, I don't rule anything out. A lot of things can happen. As of right now, I just don't see it. This is why I'm not calling anything like that because as of right now, I do not see it. What Bitcoin is doing, it seems like he's doing a bit of is doing that. You can count this as a cup and handle pattern. You can count this as that. But until we can take this major resistance levels, I don't see anything major happening in Bitcoin. So therefore, I just don't see it. as of right now. I do not see it. All right, so don't listen. I would not listen. Let me not say don't listen because you guys can do whatever you want to do. But I would not be listening to anybody telling me right now it's time to go buy Bitcoin. I would not do it. Um, Now, the one thing that actually seems like that's making a move right now, again, is oil. All right. So if I go, is it CI? Let me go on oil, so you guys can see the move that's happening in oil. This is oil futures. This is crude oil, by the way. So when you hear people talking about price per barrel, this is what they are talking about. So what we did, we pushed up, and as I've always tell you guys, if you trade with me live, I always tell you guys those moving averages, they operate almost as magnets. So they got pushed right back down to the 9-day moving average, and now we're getting that squeeze, that additional squeeze back up. Why did we drop like that? We had all kind of lies being told about the war will be over soon. We knew it wasn't true. I told you guys that we already rehashed that, so I don't need to go too far into that. We already rehashed all of that. But that's why the market digests that, and based on everything that's going on right now, it does not seem like this is ending anytime soon. Once again, Iran come out today and said the White House reached out to Oman and asked them to at least open the channel to start having conversation. They shut it down. They are, as of right now, those guys are not interested in talking because what this is what they say. Again, this is what they say. What they say is they see a pattern. The pattern is aggression, negotiation, and reload. So they call that a cycle. And they say they must break that cycle. Because if they take a ceasefire, all that's going to happen, you're going to have Israel and the U.S. go back and build more weapons, learn how they defend it and how they attack so they can beef up their defense system and come back in a couple of months or a couple of years and attack them again. This is the rationale behind why they saying they want to put an end to that, uh, um, uh, uh, completely. They want to completely eradicate that threat. So this is where we are, man. This is where we are. It is not fun, and I think things are going to get a lot tougher. If you drive, you know what? If I had a car right now, I would probably be looking to buy a bike because the way things are going now, we start seeing projection of oil prices per barrel. Once again, my reach as high as 250 to 300. Um, you know, if we get to that point, this is going to be very, very, very painful. You can expect to be paying $8 to $10 a gallon at the pump if we get to that price. So that made it because what they talking about, once again, let me put that in perspective for you guys. What's being talked about right now is possibly having oil triple. The price of oil might go as high as 3 times as high at the minimum. All right. So this is what we thought. Right now, this is still not even $100. All right, it's 92. You already see price went up. It's 92. Now imagine this being 3 times more expensive. All right, so that's going to affect everything. It's going to affect groceries. It's going to affect every single thing in your life. My advice for anyone, as I've always tell everyone, my advice is better safe than sorry. So if you have a pantry at home, you have the means to fill it up, fill it up. What's the worst that can happen? You're gonna eat the thing anyway. So fill it up, buy certain things, because pretty soon we might start seeing shortages in food and things like that because gas prices might be too high and certain products are not that profitable. So instead of shipping them, you might have some companies just holding those things, especially if they are non-perishable items. They might just keep them in their warehouse until all of that stuff has calmed down. All right. Going right back into the chart again, seeing the oil chart. This is where we are now. Let's take a look at the VIX. Let's see what the VIX did. We talked about the VIX yesterday. What did the VIX do? It's still holding right on that zone. It's still holding there. I mean, not well, not the zone, but more like still holding on top of the 9 EMA and on top of the trend line. So it's still holding. Let's dig in. 4 hour time frame. Yeah, this is doing that. We have not broken out of this. What worries me a little bit is all this will be canceled out right at the open tomorrow. Based on what I'm seeing right now, if the market opens where it is right now tomorrow, we're going to pop. We're going to pop and we're going to cancel. We're going to cancel this. That's what's going to happen. All right. Going into the 2 hour time frame, the 2 hours again, you can see we have consolidation. And again, if you play the VIX, this is a very, very low risk, high reward trade. Why do I mean by low risk? Look how tight we are to the trend line. So if I'm buying at this trend line, that means my stop loss is like right down there, right? That's my stop loss, right down there, not far. Let's even say you want to give it some room. Let's say, hey, I want to give it some room, so it's right here. What is the potential on the VIX? The potential is way up there. We're talking about like in the 30s. So your stop loss would have been at like, it's right now 24. Stop loss at 22, 21, 21, 22. That's your stop loss. Meanwhile, on the upside, you're talking about a possible return of maybe a 10R, 10R, 15R, what? I mean, that's like crazy return. That is crazy return. All right, going into the 30 minutes. Let's see what we're looking at. 30 minutes. We are still, once again, we are still right here. But I just want to check something real quick, guys. Oh, whoa, whoa, I got the wrong tool. Let me just check something real quick. This is the thing once again. So if I draw my Fibonacci, the 50% retracement is actually holding. As long as this area, this line, as long as this line is holding, this is still considered as a bull flag. It's just a long-winded bull flag, but it's still a bull flag until we have actually broken this level and close below it. That's the level. Let me mark this so you guys, everyone can see that when we meet again tomorrow. I'm just gonna leave that there. Beautiful. Okay. By the way, if you are here again, please make sure to like the live, drop me a comment, anything, any engagement is helpful. This video with other people. And once again, if you have any questions, guys, don't be shy to ask questions. If you have questions, if you don't know certain things, if I go over something and you're not very clear about it, feel free to ask me a question. I will be more than happy to answer that for you guys. Let me see. I think I went over Bitcoin, not ETH. There's not much to do with ETH. And as we wrapping up, I want to talk to you guys directly again. Um, right now, I understand the way the market is. It is tough to trade the market. It is not easy to trade the market, but I want you guys to be patient. I want you guys to look for your moment. I saw this market once again this morning. The way the market was just bouncing up and down, like it was literally nonstop, bouncing up and down. The way it ran up and down. If you don't take your time, if you don't understand, being able to identify when the market is out of range is something that's going to help you tremendously. Being able to identify when the market is out of range, because there's if you have what's called a range bound plan, you can, when you're out of range, you need to be able to identify that and implement that. If you do not have a range bound strategy or a range bound trading plan, when you see those ranges, stay out of them. Stay out of them, because all it's going to do is chop you up. Right? All it's like being open with you guys. So I was trading the futures this afternoon. um, One of the things that happened, I keep seeing a setup that keeps showing up. The setup keeps showing up, and I took that setup. The good thing, my stop loss was tight. When I see there's a bit of a range, my stop loss is super tight because a lot of times you get chopped up because there's like long wick up or down. This kind of things happens a lot. And guess what? That's exactly what happened in that range until I was like, you know what? I'm not messing with this anymore. This is range bound. I see it. I'm developing a trading plan for a range bound strategy. I'm not confident in it yet. I haven't tested it out enough. So I step back and just let the market choose a direction. That's it. That's what you guys need to do. Try your best when the market opens. Do not trade in the first 15 minutes. Just don't do it. Unless you have unless you have to. By have to, I mean, you're in a situation where you hold a contract that's expiring that day, and you don't want that IV quash to get you, so you want to get out because it's already up. Things are already in your favor for so much. But for day trading, it is very, very dangerous to do things like that, going in very early. All right. So now transitioning right over to what's going on in the world right now. So today, you might see tomorrow. If you look at the market, like even today, we started seeing oil start to creep right back up. And what you might see tomorrow is actually possibly a squeeze tomorrow. Why? If you don't know, if you are not aware, so there's a couple of ships after Trump told those captains to have some guts and go through the strait. Like you don't have to be afraid. What are you afraid of? And three different oil tankers actually tried to make that move. They were blown out of the water. That is three. And the Iranians already came out and take responsibility for it because they said they tried to contact those guys and told them not to do it, but they did not listen. They still tried to go through, so they blew them up. All right. So this is what's going on. What does that mean exactly for us? That means we're going to see increases in gas prices. That's one. And two, this whole thing, and I've told you guys already, this whole thing about the wars coming to an end, that's not what's gonna happen. Because the problem that we have, this is not a situation where we can just take our toys and leave and say it's done. Because if we walk away and Iran keeps striking, there's no way the US just going to say, you know what, I know you're hitting our bases. It's no big deal. We are going to have to get back in there and strike them as well. So I don't see this being done anytime soon. Apparently, Tehran wants to drag this on. What they have said, they want to drag this on all the way until, at the very least, the midterm election, because a price must be paid, and they want a pound of flesh. All right. So these are all these things that's happening. The war is actually it's escalating instead of decreasing. It's escalating. There are some rumors we are considering putting ground troops. We actually started having rumors about Trump thinking about using a tactical nuclear weapon. Not confirmed, but the rumors are circulating, and those kind of things make me very, very uneasy. Tactical nuke or not, um, um, this would be devastating for people. All right, that radiation is would be devastating for that area, and I think that will open Pandora's box, because at the same time you don't know what type of like chemical weapon. It may not be a nuclear bomb, but you don't know whether or not Iran has any things, any a dirty bomb. You don't know. We have no idea. So I hope cooler heads prevail. I don't see it happening, not on the horizon, but I do hope cooler heads prevail and this thing can get wrapped up. But as of right now, I just don't see it. So again, for those of you guys who drives, as I keep telling you guys, if you can keep your car full. You might see it, you drive by a gas station, fill up your tank this morning, and you come back later, and it's already like 20 cents, 30 cents higher. So if you're able to do so, make sure you do so. If you can get some fill up your whatever, buy things at places like I purchase from Costco, whether it's from Costco or BJ's or Sam's Club, whatever you use. I'm a Costco person personally because I like the way Costco treat their employees and so on. Do that. Stock up your fridge, stock up your pantry. If you can do it, why not? You're going to eat the stuff anyway, as already mentioned. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I don't see many questions today, so I'm gonna leave it here, guys. I appreciate you guys being here. Please make sure to like the live. Share those videos with somebody else. Help the channel grow. I appreciate you guys being here. Take care. I will see you guys tomorrow. Again, remember tomorrow it is the same thing. It is still going back to the basics. POP, process over profit. You follow your process, the profit will show up. All right, eventually they will show up. And again, you do not have to trade every day. This is the key. I almost forgot to let you guys know that. You do not have to trade every single day, and you do not have to take every setup. All right, when you're in a market that's this volatile, try your best to take the best setups possible. And if you miss the move, don't chase it because the market these days, the markets have a way of running so fast once it gives an opportunity. If you don't take it, it's already so far. By the way you take it, you're behind the eight ball, and next thing you know, it does a crazy pullback. Your stop get taken out, and you lose money. All right, guys, take care. Have a good night. I will see you guys tomorrow. Thank you for being here. Once again, tomorrow is get in, get green, get out. All right, get in, get green, get out. Simple. Take care, guys.